Hi, everybody. Tonight on the team call, we're going to be talking about how to build your business for income. So I took everything that I learned from the YouTube video from Steve Innes. I don't know if anybody would like to know who he is, but Rachel actually shared this in our team page in BU like 6 months ago, and I just got into it. And it's like gold. I love it. It made it something easy for me to understand. And I'm a visual person, so that's why I had you guys take a look at those pictures before I got started, because I think they'll all be backward to you. I do have them, but I think they'll be backwards. So Sierra, you're just in time. I just got started. I'm going to start with something that I think we need to start with all of our coaches that just sign up. It's so hard because we get them signed up and then we're like, okay, get to Emerald. But we need to make sure that when we are telling them that they need to get to Emerald, that they're not expecting some kind of like huge pay raise, right? When you get to Emerald, there are absolutely like benefits to being Emerald, but you're not going to have that pay raise yet, because all of the pay that you get and the $1 Million Club and all that stuff, like so many people get there from volume, and at Emerald you are just not able to get like that kind of volume. So what we have to do is set them up for a different goal. Yes, Emerald is important, but we need to start them off with aiming for Diamond. So 4 ways you can make money: commissions, team cycle bonus, matching bonus, and rank bonus. Majority of your pay will come from volume. So that's why at Emerald, you get capped very quickly at Emerald. You need to go further into the business and have more coaches and consistently add more people to your company to get that volume higher and to get that cap off higher. So Emerald actually is like the hardest place to be, because you're only seeing commission money. You're not seeing anything else that is involved with the business or anything that actually pushes your business further. And I think that a lot of times we kind of start our coaches off thinking that they are going to see this pay raise with Emerald, but it's not really a pay raise. It's just kind of, okay, these are your benefits, but you have to hit Success Club, but you have to do this, but you have to do that. And it's hard. It's hard to be an Emerald and push and be consistent every single day when you're making very little money, right? So the way that he has this set up is showing his coaches, and he shows all of his coaches this when they get started, is he has them shoot for Diamond first. That's like their first big goal. And he explains why in this system. So team cycle bonus, what is that, right? Team cycle bonus, if you have that paper, you can take a look at it. I really don't think you're gonna be able to see on my computer. So just look at your phone if you have it for the team cycle bonus. I have it split, so you'll see it like this, and you have like a strong and a weak leg. You need to have a 2-to-1 ratio for one cycle, okay? So for example, if you are an Emerald, you need to have 3 people on your strong leg and then 2 people on your weak leg to get one cycle, right? And one cycle is $14 for an Emerald. Hi, Amy.
Hi.
I don't know how I can't. Oh, Jamie, could you mute her for me, please? So at Emerald, you only make $14 per cycle, but your cap is also super low. So to get to $14, to get that 2-to-1 ratio when you're at Emerald, you actually have to help 5 people. 5 month. And I don't like it. I'm muted. Did you mute me, Jamie? Can you unmute me? Can you guys hear me? Okay. So when you're Emerald, it takes you 5 people, right? 5 people to cycle once to get $14 in team cycle bonus. So that's why when you sign up and we say Emerald is the hardest part, that's because you're selling a challenge pack to 5 different people and you're only making $14 in one cycle, right? That's 5 people. So to get 2 cycles, right, you'd have to again, sell more than 5. And that's just really hard for a new coach who is just getting started to do. And it's not a lot coming back to you to motivate you to continue to be consistent with it, right? So when you're having your people say, okay, get to Emerald, make sure that they are aware of what they have to do when they get to Emerald to actually start seeing that pay raise happen, because it won't happen at Emerald, right? When you're talking to the people who want to be full-time coaches, their view has to be Diamond. And again, if you guys don't know what Diamond is, I have that graphic for you. You're not gonna be able to see it, but bring out the Diamond one, and that'll show you how many coaches Emeralds you need to be considered a Diamond coach. So when you get to Diamond rank, what happens, right? When you get to Diamond, you have 8 coaches total and 2 Emeralds, 1 on each leg. You want one of those Emeralds to be a family member or a spouse, because you then have control of your weak leg, and in that you have control over all of your volume pretty much. That's why that's so important, because when you sign up your spouse or mom or whoever you want on that weak side, you can begin to add sales to your spouse's account, and in turn, not only is it helping your weak leg, but it's also going to be helping their strong leg. So you are helping both people, right, on this when you have them on their weak leg. So 4 coaches on each side, 1 Emerald on each side, and one of the Emeralds on the weak leg should be a spouse or family member. When you're set up like this and you get to Diamond, that's when you can start increasing your cycles easier. You have all these people, and when you have all those people, when you sell 5 challenge packs, right, instead of making $14 every cycle, you're making $18 every cycle. So it does go up once you get a promotion in the business. It does go up. I have some chats. I better make sure that's open. Okay. And now I lost my train of thought. Okay, so when you're a Diamond, it's great, right? You hit Diamond, you're at this part where you can really start making money because you have all these people. But Steve says you want to become a solid Diamond. That means in order to stay a Diamond, in order to be a solid Diamond, you have to continually add people to your account. And that's why consistency is so key throughout this whole business. When you want to be considered a solid Diamond, it means that you have 6 active coaches on your weak side and 2 Emeralds on your weak side. That's what Steve considers a solid Diamond. Means that it's not going anywhere. So when you have a solid Diamond, then you can sustain that, and you can create your own momentum from that moment forward. You can go from not making any money with volume to controlling all of that. And pretty much what that means is you have to look at your strong and weak leg volume. And most of us have a very obvious strong leg. So for anybody on here who's on my team, whatever side, I don't know how to explain this, whatever side I'm on for you would be your strong leg. And all of the sales that I have trickle down to you. So that's why usually you have a very strong leg that's obvious compared to your other side. Your weak leg is what you have control over and what you add to get that 2-to-1 ratio. Does that make sense to everybody? So to cycle, you need to have 2-to-1 ratio, 200 volume on the strong side, 100 volume on the weak side. And that's 1 cycle. When you are Diamond, you have all these people who are able to do that. You're able to cycle more. And when you have that solid Diamond, you don't have to worry about your strong leg anymore. What you can do is if you have a really strong side that's evident, you put all of your coaches or whatever onto that weak leg and you build that up, because automatically your strong leg is going to be affected by everybody above you. So it's affected by me, it's affected by April, it's affected by whatever, all of that trickles down, and that's how your strong leg gets more volume than the other one. That's why it's so important to have that control on your weak side with your spouse account. So you have your spouse on that side, you add to your weak side and make sure you have that 2-to-1 ratio. You cycle as many times as possible, right? So you're getting $18 a cycle and you add it up from there. So instead of doing a, $14 for 1 month cycle, because in Emerald, you can only cycle so many times. You cap off super easy. You get to Diamond and you can get up to $90 in cycling. Okay, so there's a big difference in Emerald to Diamond, especially the solid Diamond. If you're like me and you don't have a strong leg, which this pretty much means, I don't even know how it happened, but my numbers on each leg are pretty much equal in volume. And it's really hard for me to get that 2-to-1 ratio for the cycling. I'm never high on the volume board because I have the hardest time balancing it out. And what I'm supposed to do, which I'm learning, is I have to make sure that, okay, I have my strong leg going. I have to go in and check and then alternate one to the other, to the other, to the other, so that I can try to, I guess, I balance it out, because I still am getting stuff from April. So April's still coming down to me. So there is going to be a little bit more on my strong side, but for whatever reason, it's not an overwhelming amount to double what's on my weak. So I have to add to my strong leg too. So if you're like me and you look at your volume numbers and they're very close, then you want to make sure that you're going back and forth and you're alternating so that you do have that 2-to-1 ratio. It's the only way we cycle. It has to be back and forth, 2-to-1. But you can make up to $90 just in team cycling. And that doesn't include your commissioning that you're making, any rank bonuses or anything like that that you're getting in addition to that. So already at Diamond, you're seeing a significant increase in your income. And he goes through all this, and he says it so much more eloquently than me, but like, if you focus on 5 people a month and helping 5 people every single month, which probably sounds like a lot to a lot of you. I mean, I know my coaches on here, you're fairly new, right? But if you're focusing on just 5 and you get those people results, and then after those people get results, they reorder the next month because they're getting results and they're feeling good and they love the products, then not only are you getting all of the commissions, the cycling and stuff from the first 5, but the next month, all that's rolling over. So you're getting a matching bonus with that, right? So you're getting 5 people that are rolling over to the next month. So instead of doing the 90, you're doubling it. You're getting 180 because you have 5 new people plus the 5 from the previous month. And that's just in team cycling. Does that make sense to everybody in the volume? So if 5 people are still ordering from 1 month to the next, you start with 5 people, $90 in just volume money, right? They roll over to the next month and they all order again. Then you have the 90 plus 5, the new people that you're focusing on getting help every single month, 180, right? And it just goes from there. So once you get to this diamond status and you have a solid diamond and if you are consistently working the business, that's where your income will just take off. All you have to do is stick to those basics and keep adding in those, the vital behaviors and keep doing those same things and just focus on 5 people. He says throughout this whole video, like, it's not how fast you get there. It's what you're doing in placement to get there. No matter how long it takes you, if you're placing people in the right spots and you're focusing on that weak leg and you're getting to diamond and you have a solid diamond, the income will come. Even if it takes 2 years, it will come. At a diamond level with volume, with team cycle bonus and the commissions and bonuses, you can easily make $1,000 a week. Crazy, right? But that's if you have it set up in the correct way. And I think it's so important to realize that we are in complete control of that. So before you make any order, you need to go in and look and see where you're at. I wasn't doing that. And so I was just putting them on my weak leg. And I was the person that had an equal strong and weak leg. So I wasn't doing it correctly. So make sure you're going into your business center and you're checking all that. Okay, so now I'm going to dive into your spouse account. So after you hit diamond, the next big goal for you is 2-star because you get the second business center. Now, I never understood why this was a big deal. They were like, okay, another business center. I thought that meant more work, to be honest with you. I was like, 2, like, how? I can't even handle my own, how am I going to run 2? Totally not like that, okay? So if you look at the U+2 spouse account page that I had for you guys, that is the easiest way I could explain it to you. But I'm going to try here. So when you have your spouse account and you're continuously adding these people every single month, 5 people. Sorry, my fan is blowing my paper everywhere. So to get to 2-star, you need a diamond on each side. So obviously you try to move your spouse account that you have control over on your weak side to diamond because you have control over it, right? Get to that diamond and you can start increasing your volume. How do you increase your volume that way? If your spouse is a diamond, you have to remember that, okay, so if this is your spouse's account and this side is the weak side and he has this other side too, what you have to remember is he is placing, or you're placing on his weak leg coaches, right? If you place a coach on his weak leg, not only is he getting the volume for that, but he is on your weak leg. So your spouse is getting volume from his coach. Your spouse gets volume from the coach. You get volume from your spouse. So you're doubling your volume in one move. Okay. And that's why it's so important, because once you get to your 2-star, you triple it. That's what it comes down to. You literally triple your volume. So at our example, you go from $14 to $90 to $180, all the way to $360, right? Just in volume, not including any other way to get money. So next goal, get your hubby or mom, whoever, to diamond status. When they're at diamond, you need to remember too that when you're building your weak leg, you're building their strong leg. So you keep putting on your weak leg, and then when you sign up people under him, you put them under his weak leg. Double weak leg, which means double the volume. So you have to go in and look at your placement for it to make sense, or look at the thing that I made you, because it can get confusing. But it gets to the point where once you realize that, okay, my spouse is here and if they're diamond, that means they have 12 new coaches. 12. Just their spouse does, not including all the ones that you signed up. And if those 12 coaches just get signed up, that's $180 right there coming to you, because he's diamond. So it's $180 right there, not commission, just in the cycling that you get from that. If you give those people great results under him, the next month they reorder, $180 plus your new people, $360, not including the people you're signing up under your account. Do you see how this all adds up so fast? It's a trickling method, right? Everything starts from the top down. And that's why when you are at Emerald and you're at this place in the beginning, it's so important to realize that you need to sign your spouse up, because the earlier you sign them up, the more stuff that you can put under them, and the more that they gain from you building the business, and you gain from building the business. And what's great, guys, is no matter if you're aiming for diamond or 2-star or whatever, Steve focuses on just adding 5 people a month. This isn't talking about hitting SC20. This isn't talking about hitting some kind of crazy, absurd number. It's 5 people. 5 people. I have done that before. I mean, I don't do it consistently. I would love to, but I have done it before. So it is totally doable. And if we're consistent at it, even if we don't get 5, if we get 3, that's still consistent incomes, consistent people that are coming in that you're helping and you're getting results. So what happens at 2-star, right? You hear this all the time where people say, okay, you need to get to 2-star, second business center, right? If you look at the second business center, beautiful drawing that I did, it looks like a crazy mess, right? But this is where you triple your volume in one move. So you have you and all weak leg. You have you, and then let's say your spouse is here. All the way down at the bottom will be your second business center. But when you go in, if you've ever noticed when you do your preferred placement, you can actually place somebody on, it's like under your weak leg and your spouse's weak leg. Like there's an option for you to do both. And so that's where your second business center, put it in the genealogy under you, but under your spouse's weak leg. So that's why the little dotted arrow is over there from your second account to the husband's side, because you're putting it over there, but you're getting, I don't know how to explain it. It's easy if you see it on that sheet. So the second account is under your spouse. And again, that gives you the third weak leg because you're putting it on your husband's weak leg. So you're tripling it right there. And when you're at 2-star and you are adding people to your weak side anyway, just realize that every time you add somebody that weak side in your new second business center, you are tripling everything that you're doing, everything. And that's what happens. You hit 2-star and you don't really add to your account much anymore because you have so many clients already in there and you have so much strong leg volume that you need to focus on that weak side. And that weak side in your second business center, you want to get that to emerald, then you want to get that to diamond, and then that's where it goes, guys. Like, it's just one side having that 2-to-1 ratio. So all that to say, if you put the second account over there, and then let's say that someone under your spouse's even strong side, okay, goes diamond, and then that one becomes a 2-star diamond. If someone under your spouse gets diamond, again, anytime somebody goes diamond, that's 12 new coaches that they've added to your account. So 12 new coaches under your weak leg is $648 right there. Like, that's crazy to think about for me because I've never understood how this works until I saw it like this. So if you focus on getting just one person, up to emerald, then one person to diamond, whatever, then you can get here because you are placing them in the right spot. So you have to remember to focus on that weak side more than anything and that equal ratio 2-to-1. So his last example is, if you have on your weak leg, let's see, on your weak leg, you add 5 new people. This is an example for a month. 5 new people on your weak leg, you get $270 team cycle, right? Then you add in your 5 previous people, and then you get the $540. And from there, you get the $648 that comes from your new diamond that all happened at the exact same time, right? Because you're adding your own weak leg, and then people are rolling over from one month to the next, which adds up all of that cycle. So you are getting $1,500 from that. And that is, that's at a point where if you're at this place in your business, all you're doing is adding 5 people to your business a month, right? That's it. That's all you're doing is 5 people every single month. And everything else just trickles down, guys. Emerald is the hardest because you don't get the benefit of this cycle. You don't get the team volume cycle yet. When you get to diamond, you start to see that, especially if you place people well. So that's why it's so important to understand how this works. So for anybody who, jumped on late or whatever, I'm hoping this recorded well. We had to do a little trial and error. But your goal is not emerald when you start as a coach. Your goal should be diamond. It should be a diamond. And yes, that's 4 people on each side and that's 2 emeralds, but you don't have a time limit to do this. And you can you can work the business however you want to work the business. And if it takes you 6 months to get to diamond, then okay. If it takes you a year to get to diamond, then okay. But when you get there and you have that solid diamond, it all gets easier. It gets easier because you're getting money through the cycling and through the rolling over. But there's one really important note here is that you will not see these results in the team cycle bonus if your clients aren't getting results. And he talks about that too. He's like, okay, so if you're not having people roll over and you're not getting that consistent income, what are you doing wrong, right? Why are they rolling over? Are they getting results? Are you people seeing that? And that's what it comes down to. You want to find people who you're really helping. You don't want to throw them into a challenge group and then not know what they're doing, how they're doing, how you can help them, whatever. You want to make sure that you are giving them the attention and the tools and you're answering their questions and doing what you need to do to help them, because it is a very connection-based business. And, this isn't a pyramid scheme. This isn't a pyramid scheme. So you need to make sure that you are taking care of your clients that you're that you're working with. And again, it doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to diamond. It really just matters on you focusing on where you're putting your coaches that you do have, and then you giving all of your energy and all of the value and all of the work, you're putting all the work towards them so they get results. And guys, it's not just about income. I hate talking about income, and I'm actually surprised that I have all these people on here talking about income, because I don't like talking about it. But the business for me is all about helping people. And when you're actually helping people to see these results, it gets even easier, guys, because then they become lifelong lovers of these products. They fall in love with the products, the tools, the community, all of it, and they stay. And that's when, your business starts to build, right? So really just focus on one thing at a time, but make sure that you have in sight, like if you want your income to grow, don't be sitting at Emerald. You have to be working towards the next step in your business, and that's diamond. Get to diamond. You know how to get there. You know what you have to do to get there. If it takes you a long time, it's okay. Just know what you're focusing on and get there. And when you get there, things will get easier. He does talk about how to get like certain business builders in your team. But I don't want to go through that unless you guys want me to. I was going to with my team, but I feel like everybody runs their team different. So it's totally up to you guys. But he just talks about how he actually creates a separate like business builder page. So it's separate for his people who are actually pushing for different rank advancements and things like that. So Tori wants me to. If you guys want me to, I'll go ahead and talk about it. If you aren't interested, then you can hop off. But I hope that helped some of you guys at least picture and understand the volume and stuff. I think it's hard to explain no matter what form you use. It just is. It's hard to explain unless you have that visual in front of you. So I hope that those graphics helped you. But I'll talk about the other stuff real quick. So how to get people to diamond. So how do you get people that are new coaches to commit to becoming business builders? Like how do you get people that want to stay in this, not just past diamond, not to just pay for their products, but want to actually take this business farther? And he says that he honestly has an entire separate group that's called a business builder page. And what he does is he has a team page and then he has a business builder page. And the people in the business builder page have requirements to stay in this page. And it helps him to separate the people who are wasting his time with him pouring energy and pouring value into these people, but they're really not in the right mindset to build this business, from the people who really want to work. And I think that it's really important to recognize that not all people are going to want to work the business, but the people who want to run with this business, you need to make sure you are pouring into them. And if there's a way you can separate the two kinds of people so that you are pouring into the people who really want to work the business, those people who want to work are going to do 10 times better with your one-on-one focus on them, rather than trying to help 15 people in your team page when only 2 of them want to. So in the business builder page, he requires Success Club every month in that page. Non-negotiable. He says you need to be hitting Success Club. And then he goes on to say, now, if my people are sending me their trackers every single month or every single week, and they're asking me questions and I'm helping them build conversations and I'm working with them every day to become a better leader, and they're not hitting Success Club, or maybe they're at SE4 or whatever, I'm not going to take them out. It's obviously a want for it. He has to see that mindset change in the one person. So if somebody is working truly really hard, I think it's important to remember that consistency is very important in this business. So you're not going to have all these people that want to jump and join your team your first week of being a coach. It's going to take time. People want to trust you. You have to show them that you are proof the products work. They want to make sure you're not just doing this for, I don't know, for fun. I don't know. Are you just doing this because you want to make money? Are you just doing this because of that? Because people want to see, they'll see that and they'll be able to tell if you're doing it just to make money. And Beachbody is not about that. It's about helping people. And so when you are putting your vibe out there and trying your best to connect with people without being salesy, I think that it does take time to build a business and to hit Success Club consistently. Once you do it for a couple of weeks or a month, you should be hitting Success Club monthly. If you are doing your vital behaviors every single day, and you should be hitting Success Club. So I think it is a consistent thing, but like he said, if you're putting in the effort, he keeps them in the page. Okay, so you're supposed to hit Success Club in that. And what he does is that he says that these people that are willing to work the business, he gives them one-on-one attention every single week. That means that every Monday I have a call with Jamie and I say, okay, Jamie, how was your week? Let me see some conversations. Who have you talked to? Let me see your tracker. Where are you struggling? Literally like a one-on-one call with every single person that is willing to work the business every week. After the first month, then they become responsible and they reach out to him. So after the first month of being in there, it's now Jamie's turn to reach out to me and say, hey, here's my tracker. This is what I'm struggling with, or this is the objection that I can't seem to get past. You know, help me out. What do I need to do? So in turn, I'm not putting all of my energy into keeping up with all of my coaches. I'm just there every Monday and I'm waiting for them to prove that they're working the business and deserve that one-on-one time. So what does that do is, one, they get the value from your coach. And then two, is it keeps them accountable. If Jamie knows every single week on Monday that I'm sitting there waiting for her to send me her tracker, she's going to send it to me, because if not, I'm going to be reaching out or I'm pulling her from the group. It's one or the other. So it's something that, I mean, it's kind of tough love, but I think it's important. I think that, you know, I can't be hand-holding all of my coaches to try to help them through this business. If you want to work this, then you need to put in the time and effort. I can't do that for you. So if they're going to prove that to me, then it's so much easier for me to give them my attention and to take, you know, an hour out of my night with my kids to jump on a call with them and to help them move it forward. So I think that it's important to do that. What's also great about the club is he said, the club, what's it called? The group is that success partners form in those groups. So if you have a separate group that's just for business building, it's so easy for them to find somebody else that is within the team that is reaching for the same goals they are. And guys, when I tell you that a success partner is a big deal, it really is. I have Melissa, and she's the complete opposite of me. Never thought that we would be success partners, but she pushes me every day. I check in with her every single day, every day. And it helps me to maintain where I'm at in this business and to want to move forward. And she keeps me accountable. You need somebody like that who has the same goals in mind that you do. And you need somebody to be like, did you get your invites in today? Or, hey, did you put your call to action post out there? I know it's scary, do it anyways. Like, you need somebody to push you every single day. And it can't always be me. It can't always be your coach, because your coach has a lot of people that they're trying to help. And a lot of times you have to learn how to help yourself. Use Google, use whatever. Use a success partner. Figure it out together, right? Melissa and I do that, and it's really, really helpful. So this group does give those people that opportunity as well to find their people that they could be best friends with and have no idea. I would never be Melissa's friend if it wasn't for this community. Okay? Literally complete opposite of me. Love her so much, but I never would have reached out to her if it wasn't for this community. And look how amazing we are together. Like, just amazing. So that's another great advantage of that. Okay, so other than that, so what they do, I love this. So every single week when he got off the calls with his, business builders, he would actually get off the call and then he would make a post in the business builder page directly shouting out that person he just got off the call with. And he would give everybody in the group both pros and cons of the call. Giving them the highlights. Jamie's been doing great about reaching out and, connecting with these people, and she's making genuine connections, but she's really having a hard time pulling the trigger with invites. So this is what we talked about, and this is how she's going to improve. And then you tag that business builder that you just got off the phone call with in that post. So what that does is, number one, it creates interaction. So, the person you tagged is definitely going to jump on that post and be like, hey, thanks so much. I really feel much better about this. I can't wait to try, X, Y, and Z, and see how it works for me this week. And in that business builder group, you'll have people encourage her to do the same, or say, wow, I've been struggling with that too. I'm really glad to know that I'm not alone. So they can learn from everybody's one-on-one calls when you do that highlight right after the call. And I think that I just love that idea, because then it's like, it's kind of like, okay, if you're embarrassed to answer a question in class, like nobody wants to raise their hand and ask a question, right? But most of the time, half of the class has the exact same question, but they just won't ask it. So gives us that way to answer the question for everybody if we do those one-on-one call outs, so I love that idea. I thought it was a great idea. And then the last thing he has, and the last thing I have for you guys tonight, is that the way that you need to approach this business is you need to create the connection with people, right? Get them to trust you, get them into your challenge group, get them results, you know, big flashing lights, okay? Get them results, make them like believe in this company and these products and these tools that they have. And then it's easy to find the business builders. Easy. Because when you are this happy in life with how you feel and how you look and how you've changed and your mindset and everything like has gotten so much better, how do you not want to share that with people? Most people are sharing it without realizing that that's what coaching is, because you can't help it. Once you love something so much, you can't help but share it with everybody. So that's how you find your business builders. They don't just come out of thin air. I think that you truly have to have that connection, trust, you know, challenge group, results, lineup before you can get that business builder. And I'm pretty sure that's how I got all of my people, FYI. I'm pretty sure. Like, I don't think anybody just came to me and was like, hey, I want to coach. Like, I think they were like, oh, wow, like I really connected with you. Jamie, I always use Jamie as an example too. I've used her all night, but like she followed me for like 2 years. Okay. So like you make that connection, you make them trust you, you show them that they work, and you show them why they work and how they've changed everything. And once they get the results, they love it and they want to do it for themselves. That's how I've been creating my business builders. I don't call them that, but you know, that's who they are. They're people who love the business and who want to make it, who want to help other people. So I think that's also a really good way, if you think about that lineup, is to know where you struggle the most. So if you look at those 5 things I just told you, what's your biggest struggle? Is it making the connection in the beginning? Is it getting people the results? Is it getting people to trust you because maybe you're not following your program the way you should be, right? Which part of that lineup is what holding your business back, right? You have to look at those 5 things and figure out which part you need to work on, and then you can move forward. So for me, I feel like all of my people that are getting results aren't posting in my challenge group, and it's really frustrating. Okay, they're just off doing it and like losing all this weight and not talking to everybody about it. That's something that I'm working on. So I noticed that, and they're getting these results, and I'm reaching out to them so that I can create that person that loves this business into one that wants to help others. Okay. So that's just another way to look at it and to help your business that way. But that's it. So do you guys have any questions? I know that I did went over a lot, but I'd be more than happy to answer any questions, volume or anything else. No? I'm just that good at explaining it. I don't believe any of you. Really don't believe you. But if you do have questions, I will make sure that I share the Steve Innes YouTube link in the BU page, and I'll share it on my team page for those who are on here, so that you guys can watch it. It makes so much more sense to me that way. So if my graphics don't make sense, or if this didn't make sense, then I would definitely recommend reaching out. But okay, looking at chat. Oh, sure. Thanks, Maddie. What Maddie said. Okay. Yeah, just reach out if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. But other than that, that's all I got for you. Jamie, you can stop recording. Where are you? Yeah, stop recording and I'll take a picture. Yes, picture. Although